Hey, Burud here with Flames Unfiltered. Time for another Flames Unfiltered Shorts. And tonight we're talking about the defense. We're 1 week away from NHL Trade Deadline, and there's still a lot of talk that the Flames are going to add to the defense. Okay, I'm fine with the Flames adding to the defense, and I subscribe to the old Brian Burke philosophy that you can't have enough defense as you head into a Stanley Cup playoff run. I agree with that. But that being said, I really hope they don't mess with the top six. The way we sit with Hanifin, Anderson, Shillington, Tanev, Zadorov, Gudbranson has been amazing. All six of these players are having career years. Now, I get it. Injuries are going to happen, and we've seen Shillington out of the lineup the last 2 games with a lower body injury, albeit we don't think serious. He still hasn't played, and we've had Michael Stone in, which I think Michael Stone's amazing in that role, as he can sit out 26 games, come in and play against Detroit and look like he's, didn't miss a beat. That's a huge luxury to have that, and the Flames have had that for a couple years now, and he's good with that role and able to do that role. A lot of players can't do that and can't step right in like that and be successful and have the success that he's had. With a 23-man roster heading into the playoffs, and I know you can move people up and down, and the team usually carries 7 defensemen. I'm not sure how the Flames, or what the Flames really want to do at the trade deadline to help the defense. I have my other opinions on what the Flames do should in the deadline, and you can listen to this week's episode of Flames Unfiltered and get my take on that. The Flames going into deadline have $870,000 in cap space at deadline day. That's not a lot of space to be able to solidify the D. It's really not a lot if you're going to affect that top 6. I don't think anything's going to happen unless you're able to move salary out, and I'm not sure how that's going to happen. It's going to be a balancing act for any moves to happen for Calgary, and much less most teams in the National Hockey League. I'm all about making our defense better, and I'm all about adding depth. But I always look at our non-top 6 defensemen and some of the guys we have playing in Stockton. I look at, we got Mackey, and I talked about Stone and as he's been playing, and Mackey was called up to the Flames today in kind of a fill-in role as a backup with Shillington out right now. There's also Valimaki, there's Walensky, who we picked up for this reason. Kinneville, who has also been fairly good. He's played 11 games in Stockton, 6 assists. Walensky's got 26 games, 2 goals, 12 assists. Valimaki's played 20 games now, 2 goals, 10 assists. I feel confident having him come up and play an NHL role. And I really have confidence in Connor Mackey, who's been really, really good this year in Stockton. 46 games, 5 goals, 24 assists. This guy's been a mean bear in Stockton. And he can play that tough NHL game that Daryl Sutter would love. Connor Mackey's a guy that I think is going to be in the Flames' lineup next year, when cap is going to be even more of a struggle to see how that happens. So who would the Flames even, go after defensively? A name that many of you will remember, his name's come up, as Montreal's Brett Kulak. But his cap hits 1.85. I'm not sure how that works. I've heard Brad Hunt in Vancouver, but with Vancouver still teetering on, making the playoffs, I'm not sure how that goes. Dean Kukan in Columbus, 1.65 million there, though I'm not sure how that works. And it's gonna be tough. Another guy that's been talked about is Mark Pysyk in Buffalo. His name's been rumored to the Flames numerous times over the years. He's a guy that gets upwards of 18 minutes a night and does a really, really good job and could fill in. The biggest thing, and I do think it's going to happen, I do think injuries are going to play a role this year. Unfortunately, I'm now knock on wood, and I hope I'm wrong there. I don't want to disrupt this top six, but we're going to need a Valimaki down the stretch. We're going to need a Mackey. We're going to need, Michael Stone to continue to be a solid backup. Hey, the more defense we can get, the better. But I really, really hope the name Ben Sherratt just keeps coming into the picture, and I have no idea how they make that work cap-wise. But I don't know that benefits us. He's a Zadorov type player. Barring no injuries in the next week, I don't know how you make that move. Cap space will limit what moves we can make, and really going to limit what moves most teams can make. I think the Flames' target needs to be a right wing / center who can fit in and slot in on that third line, maybe second line. That'll be where I would spend the cap space if you're able to maneuver that. But we'll see what happens this week. It'll be an interesting week. I do think the Flames will do some things. Check out Flames Unfiltered on Wednesday night, our normal show, as this is just a Flames Unfiltered Shorts. I'll have a lot more of my thoughts on what the Flames should do. But I wanted to talk about this defense in the core and how every single player is having a career year. And I love the way the core has been. We've been great defensively all year, And at the end of the day, if they go out and get a defenseman, I hope it's just an emergency fill-in guy. And I think that's probably what it would be. But please don't do anything at the expense of this top six, because we should all be smiling at the way this core has been doing.